bensound.com. bensound.com. bensound.com.
Welcome over to NBC 7 Joplin with NBC 7 Joplin News here. Here's what's coming up here. ATM robbery in Missouri. Also, we're talking about Joplin plans construction for Zillow and police investigation possible homicide in southeastern Kansas. Welcome over to NBC 7 Joplin News at 4. I am news anchor David Alford and lead forecaster, along with head forecaster Jimmy, and along with our traffic director, James, and also along with David Villa with international news, something like that. And he is here with us as well, too. Here's your guys' time where you have a few seconds to talk. So you guys have anything you want to say?
All right. We're going to get one more look here at the forecast real quick. So this will make everything more better here. Here's your 4-state stop radar as of right now. It's pretty quiet across the region. No rain, no showers, or no thunderstorms out there right now. But I'm afraid we get into your Thursday, that might change. Or like I said again, the rain chance did go down as of today. You know, earlier this afternoon, the rain chance was high. But unfortunately, it's not high no more.
Right. And of course, David, James, Jimmy, we'll have an update about that coming up in just a little bit. James, do you have anything you want to say?
Not really.
My new nickname should be James instead of Jimmy, because you all get my name mixed up.
I'll be right back. Jimmy, do a quick check of the weather now, and then go to traffic.
All right. Okay, so here's your 4 states right now. Okay, somebody's having issues with the little thing here. So this is not correct. The timing is at the top. It's not correct, so please ignore it. Here's the 4 state storm tracker. As you guys can see, it's quiet out there as of right now. Here's tonight's forecast. This did change, and I'm afraid the temperatures probably did change as well. But midnight is 35, and by 5 a.m. it's freezing, and that is not a great. This is like a roller coaster here. 8 a.m. is 34, and by noon it's 53. All right, so we're gonna go to traffic here now, or I guess traffic.
Yep, traffic with James.
All right, you got the stage, bud.
You're still presenting. Oh.
Oops.
So before I get to the traffic, I do want to point out we do have across all of the National Weather Services, we do have a radar outage, which is affecting much of the Greenville-Spartanburg National Weather Service forecast area, which is affecting weather conditions and watching the live radar. So, of course, we got like backup radars. If you're in this area, make sure to look at the Morristown radar, the Columbia radar, the Charlotte radar. If you're in Georgia, Peachtree radar, and the Blacksburg, Virginia radar. So if you're in those areas, make sure to, if you want to check out the radar, make sure to look in those areas. Give me just a second so I can go ahead and
There also one
get.
more thing to mention here. The radar site that is located in Wilmington, North Carolina, is down.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, I forgot my traffic too. And also, by the way, with the traffic, again, we really don't have anything going on. Again, we do have that road closure. If I can actually zoom out and find it, we do have a road closure right near the city of Joplin. I don't think this is going to show it, but right near Lowell, we do have a road closure, which is affecting much of the Lowell community. But otherwise, out of that, we don't really have any big major things happening, because again, in Central Time, it is not rush hour. So once everyone starts going out, starts going back home, we'll probably see like more traffic, more, hopefully less crashes, but probably see crashes. But just make sure whenever you go out, make sure to check the traffic, and we will keep you updated here. Let's go on.
Thank you, James. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at today's top news and weather stories across the area today. Early Saturday morning, the Berry County Sheriff's Office released details regarding a white Ford 1-ton stolen in nearby Rogers, Benton County, Arkansas. Then that same stolen pickup was used by 3 adults, males, about 2:15 in the morning to break open an ATM machine at Freedom Bank, 8042 Dock Muir Road in Missouri. Berry County Sheriff states the subjects then abandoned the vehicle at Rose Tax Service on Ruler Ridge Road, and they have left in a secondary vehicle. It's unknown what the secondary vehicle was and what direction it took. Foresters yesterday were searching for bald eagles at Roaring River State Park. Officials say when the water sources freeze in the north, bald eagles migrate south to find food and water. When it's condensed, flowing water and abundance of fish, Roaring River is an ideal location for eagles. Eagle-themed crafts and activities were available at the Ozark Nature Center from 2:30 to 5 o'clock p.m. yesterday afternoon. Officials say Joplin and Jasper County received $4 million to improve sections of Zora. The city says the funds come from Governor's Transportation Road Grant. One of the major improvements include the addition of truck-friendly roundabout at the intersection of Zora and Dusquint. The city says it matched the grant by using local capital improvements, tax dollars to double funds. This makes it feasible to include all Zora improvements from Rangeland Road to Missouri 249. Coming up next, police investigate possible homicide. And then right after that, we have David Villa joining us with international news. Stay tuned for that. That's next, right here on NBC 7 News, Joplin.
bensound.com. bensound.com.
Alrighty, it is international news time with David Villa.
Thank you. So, the most important thing right now that's going on right now around the world, right now we have the Brazilian riots that have taken place. So currently, as of a few minutes, or as of 2 hours ago, riots began taking place near La Parca dos Tres Poderes, or the Square of Three Powers near Brasilia, the capital. And to understand the context here, back in November of 2022, an election was held in Brazil. This was the 2022 Brazilian general elections. The president at the time, Jair Bolsonaro, had lost the election to the upcoming Luis Inácio Lula da Silva. He had made promises after the election that if Brazil had given, or the inauguration of the winner would begin, that or that he would stage a attack similar to the United States' January 6th. Things didn't happen. The inauguration of him occurred a week ago, and today the invasion of the palaces began with the first off with the presidential palace. The National Congress was also invaded and looted. Reports suggested that these protesters, which were pro-Bolsonaro supporters, had burned and attacked police officers, and continued on to do that, and they're still continuing to do so right now. Reports are suggesting and sources are telling that at least 30 people have been arrested and potentially more will be arrested. However, due to the tenacity of the amount of protesters, which they estimate that around 50 to 150,000 protesters are out protesting and rioting in the square of Three Powers in the capital. This is going to be a hard. It's going to be a hard. A hard operation to take place. And then we just got this report as of 12 minutes ago. Brazil's president Lula has announced that he has signed a decree authorizing federal intervention in Brasilia in the scope of public security through the end of January. So we do have that, and that'll be it here. We will get more updates as soon as they're available. But there are also chances of casualties. So we'll be back. I will take it on.
All right. Thank you, David Villa, with that update there. And of course, he will be watching that. And of course, when new details come in, he will be here and let us know about that. Like I said, thank you, David, with the update there on international news about that Brazilian event. Also, we got a new story here. Thanks to James. He told us about a blackout over terror incident at Vegas power plant. James will talk about that coming up when it's traffic time, so stay tuned for that story. Let's go ahead and continue with local news right now. The correction facility's officials say a homicide investigation is underway after resident Gary Rayburn died Friday night, January 6, 2023, at the facility. The incidental investigation indicates that on Friday, just before 8:30 p.m., corrections officers from LCF were summoned to a two-person cell by a 25-year-old male inmate in the cell. When correctional officers arrived, they found the other opponent, 62-year-old Rayburn, unresponsive inside the cell. He appeared to have been attacked and strangled. Rayburn, age 62, was serving a sentence from Sedgwick County for 2 counts of violating the Kansas Offender Registration Act and was admitted to a fatality on March 14, 2022. His offenses: 1 count of aggravated kidnapping in 2005 in Neosho County, Kansas, and where that is at, it's in our western counties in the 4-state area. Coming up next, Jimmy has a complete check of your forecast. And right after that, we got traffic with James. That's next, right here on NBC 7 Joplin News. Keep it here.
Sound.com. Sound.com.
Welcome back to NBC 7. I am lead forecaster David Alford and news anchor David Alford. We got some breaking news to talk about here real quick. Then we'll get to weather with Jimmy. If you guys did not hear about this yesterday, but on Friday, a 6-year-old shot up a school, injuring a teacher, first grade teacher. So 6-year-old in custody after shooting a teacher in Virginia. So the police chief says. We will have an update on that probably later tomorrow. Now let's take a look at first warning weather with head forecaster Jimmy Granger.
Oh, thank God. 'Cause I'm telling you, I was getting a little bored there for a second. Oh, thank God. All right, here's your four-state storm tracker here, and this is not the correct time. As you know, this did all change. But the job, it looking pretty quiet across the area. Then here is tonight's forecast: 39 degrees by 8 p.m. midnight, by it's 35 in the night, 5 o'clock in the morning, it is 32. I'll have to go back and update all of this stuff, but within that, I was too busy doing something else. I don't know what I was doing. 8 o'clock in the morning was 34, by noon it's 53, and by 5 p.m. it's 55. And here's your 7-day forecast. I know this forecast was so quick, but you know, it was a quick forecast. Monday, 10% chance of rain. By Tuesday, it's a 10% chance. So like every day, it's a 0% chance of rain. But if it's not 10, it's a 0% chance. But I'm afraid by tomorrow, that rain chance for Thursday might increase again if the models continue to keep, you know, I have not even looked at the models yet for Thursday, but I will probably have to look at those during the break time. Friday is 0% chance of rain, and by middle portion of next week, it looks good, quiet, and peaceful.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah, breaking news.
Who said that?
Me. It involves international.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I apologize for cutting in, but this is important. Son of El Chapo, Ovidio Guzman Lopez, the highest-ranking member of the Sinaloa cartel in the state of Sinaloa, Mexico, has been captured. Has been captured by the Mexican military and Mexican military in the city of Coalilacan in Sinaloa. He was this all happened because of American intelligence. For the people who don't know who this person is, he is the son of El Chapo, who is a notorious drug dealer in the country of Mexico. His charges include engaging in a continuing criminal enterprise, conspiracy to manufacture and distribute drugs, conspiracy to import drugs, conspiracy to distribute drugs. There's 4 counts of that. Using firearms in furtherance of drug money, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. He has just been captured. We've just received that news. Take it on from here. I apologize.
Right. Thank you for the breaking news there. That was really appreciated. But we will have to talk. We will have to talk after the live stream though, because there's some stuff in there that we have to talk about. But let's get to James with the traffic.
All right, let me get my screen, share my screen. All right, there we go. Let me zoom in. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right. So again, as before, nothing has really changed. We still have that roadblock that is right near the city of Joplin. We do have a little bit of orange now showing up on interstate. It's being blocked right near between Jasper and Carytown, which could affect travel. It is unknown what the problem is, what could be making slowed, what could, I can't speak. Anyways, as of now, it is kind of a long stretch, but it's slow moving. As of now, we haven't heard that it's fully stopped. If you're going from Jasper to Carytown or going through that interstate, you may have a little bit of slowdown. Your time to go wherever you're going may be a little bit longer than you expect. But again, it's not too terrible. We also, again, don't really have any red showing up across the forecast area. Across the area. We do have a little bit of orange showing up. And it looks like red. We do have red showing up near Lang Dong. That's an interesting name. On both sides of the interstate, which again, there it could cause travel issues. Just be prepared if you're going through much of the areas, because again, it is almost rush hour. Not much traffic going on, but again, there's a little bit of oranges, a little bit of red showing up. So just be prepared of stopping, of if you getting into a little bit of traffic.
Thank you, James, for that update there on traffic. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about a retired canine, Hondo. We'll have that latest information next. Keep it here on Joplin News and Weather.
Bensound.com. Bensound.com. Bensound.com.
Welcome back to Joplin News and Weather at 4 o'clock p.m. Here is a new news story here. Friday morning was the last ride for retired Lamar Police Department Barton County Canine Hondo. Canine Hondo has served the Lamar Police Department Deputy Toppy Luce, now a Barton County Deputy from 2012 to 2021. Upon Hondo's retirement in June 2021, he remained with the Luce family. During Hondo's 9 years of service, he assisted in the seizure of more than 1,000 grams of marijuana, 4,000 grams of meth, and numerous weapons. And also, Hondo was able to help train his replacement canine, Tosco. They are planning to euthanize Hondo because of health issues. There is an unwritten brotherhood of canine officers across law enforcement, which is literally true. Coming up next, we are going to be talking about your TV schedule on here. And of course, we'll have your traffic. We'll have another update on international news and weather, but there'll be like a short update on it. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back, guys, very shortly. This is Joplin News and Weather at 4.
Bensound.com.
Coming up tonight, 7, NBC 7 News at 7. Then at 8 or 9, we'll have NBC News Now. Then at 10 o'clock tonight, NBC 7 News at 10. Stay tuned for that tonight. Starting tonight, 7 to 10, we'll have all that tonight. So be ready for that. Not bad with weather, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, not too bad with it, but there is some little bad news in the forecast with it. Or that rain champ might try to sneak back up on us again. So be careful of that. And then Friday looking pretty good, 47 for the high. A little cold out there. Saturday, I cannot believe it goes from a 47 on Friday to a 62 on a Sunday. Wow, Mother Nature. All right, we're just getting word now of a trapper alert. So let's go ahead and go to James for that. Or
All right.
I will let David do the talking. Sorry, David.
So as of now, we do have red starting to show up across right near the city of Joplin, which of course, if you're not familiar with red basically means like completely stopped. So as of now, there is a completely stopped area just right outside of Joplin on Interstate 44. And coming the opposite way, or right near the opposite way, we do also have red and orange showing up, which this is not official information. I don't know. It could be a crash. It could be roadblock. It could simply be anything. But if you're going through going through these areas, please make sure to take extra precautions. We do also have a roadblock too, with 3 roadblocks right on South Pennsylvania Avenue, which is closed until 2025. That's interesting. Close until 2025, according to this. It probably will be open earlier than that. And we also do have, well, there's more red showing up across, just outside of the interstate. Again, on this road, give me a second, South Joplin Avenue. And we do have red and orange showing up on the interstate too. So make sure to take extra precautions. Make sure to slow down if you need to. Make sure just don't speed. If you do, just don't speed so you don't accidentally cause more red showing up on the map. Out of all, that's all the information we have now. I'll try to keep updated so I'll figure out and see what are causing the red showing up.
Well, thank you, James. All right, David Villa, you have an update on international news.
Yeah. So, the riots that have been taking place in Brazil, they have an updated number on arrests. So that original 30 has gone up to around 150. And there's also injuries that are being reported from both the protester side and the military police side. So the situation in Brazil is continuing to deteriorate, but we'll try to get more updates as soon as I can find them.
All right, thank you, David. Thank you, James. Thank you, Jimmy.
Before we go off the air, because it's almost time for us to go off the air. It's almost 5:30. All right, so here is Monday. It's 59 degrees. Tuesday is 65. I cannot believe it go from a 47 on Friday. I mean, it's hard to believe that it goes from a 47 to a 62. That all right, yeah. Well, just one more last look at it before we go off the air. It was necessary.
All right. Well, yeah. Thank you, David, James, and Jimmy, for the updates there on that. But yeah, thank you guys for all that there, and of course, thank you guys for watching. This is the news at 4:00. Join us back here at 5, 6 Eastern, and of course, we will be back with more news, weather, traffic, possibly international news
at 6:00.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central.
Right.
See you later.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an amazing late afternoon to the early evening hours.
Bring heavy jackets out because you're going to need them.
Definitely going to get chilly.
bensound.com